Yo. I can't walk.
This morning, NBA star Kyrie Irving benched in the wake of tweeting about an anti-Semitic film. The Brooklyn Nets suspending Irving for at least 5 games without pay after he refused to apologize for posting a link to a documentary that denies the Holocaust.
Those falsehoods are unfortunate, and it's not that I don't believe in the Holocaust. I never said that.
Irving deleted the tweet last week, but continued to defend his actions.
I didn't mean to cause any harm. I'm not the one that made the documentary.
He's also resisted demands to unequivocally denounce anti-Semitism.
For the record, do you have any anti-Semitic beliefs?
I cannot be anti-Semitic if I know where I come from.
I'd like to start with what I think motivated Kyrie to post the link in the first place. Kanye West said mean things about Jewish people and lost all of his endorsements because of it. When he was asked why he would make such blasphemous comments about Jewish people, Kanye West responded by saying he can't be anti-Semitic because black people are Jews.
Because history teaches us that Jesus was born in a region where the people had color. There's proof in the very Bible that you ask us to read in Revelation, 1st chapter, verse 14 and 15, that Jesus had hair like wool and feet the color of brass.
Just what are you saying?
I'm not saying anything. I'm proving to you that Jesus was not, and I might quote one of our Indian brothers, he was not a paleface. Amen.
Kyrie Irving heard what Kanye said and must have thought to himself that hebrewstonegroes would be a very interesting addition to the conversation.
Wrong.
So he posted a link to it on his social media. You can still watch it on Amazon Video by renting it for $12 or buying it for $50. I don't plan on watching that shit at all.
Why?
Because my broke ass refuses to fork out $12 to watch a 3.5 hour long documentary that's already been confirmed to be inaccurate. Facts. According to the media, tensions have been running very high in the Jewish community since Kanye West said mean things about them. Now NBA All-Star Kyrie Irving posts a link to a documentary that Jewish people find to be anti-Semitic, and NBA Commissioner Adam Silver happens to be Jewish. What the fuck did you think was gonna happen? I think the NBA is still mad at him for his refusal to get vaccinated during COVID despite Kyrie being proven right in the end. So they felt the need to make an example out of his ass for this shit. But before the NBA laid down the law on Kyrie, they allowed black people on sports talk shows to share their opinions about it first. I thought it was hilarious when Shaq said,
"You have to be aware of what you're doing. And you have to be aware that sometimes when you put stuff out, not everybody's gonna like it. Some people are conscious, some people are not. I can tell he's not conscious. He doesn't really care what's going on."
Because not too long after he said this, it was revealed that Shaq allowed hebrewstonegroes to be played in one or more of his movie theaters a few years ago. People are calling Shaq a hypocrite because of this, but I'm not.
Why?
In Shaq's defense, he's a very busy man who endorses 381 different products that you can purchase at Walmart right now. Whenever I watch TV, it seems like Shaq's in every ad I see during every commercial break.
He ain't lying.
When you add the amount of different businesses he either owns or co-owns to that, I'm giving Shaq a pass for forgetting that he once supported hebrewstonegroes once upon a time. When they pitched hebrewstonegroes to Shaq, for all we know, he could have thought it was a documentary about an all-black Jewish boy band's rise to fame at the time. I bet the only question Shaq asked when they brought it to his attention was, did black people make this shit? When he was told, Shaq didn't even hesitate to accept it without even watching it because he's shown support to so many black business ideas over the years that I stopped counting years ago. I'll even bet money that Shaq still hasn't watched hebrewstonegroes to this day, and he probably never will.
And that's the truth.
I noticed people really got mad when Charles Barkley said,
I think Adam should have suspended him. First of all, Adam's Jewish. You can't take my $40 million and insult my religion. If you're gonna insult me, you have the right, but I have the right to say, no, you're not gonna take my $40 million and insult my religion.
I agree with Charles Barkley because I can empathize with Adam Silver's position if Hebrews to Negroes is as anti-Semitic as Jewish people are claiming it to be. I'm just saying if I was NFL commissioner and Aaron Rodgers decided to post a link to Birth of a Nation 2, The South Rises Again on Instagram, you better believe I would suspend him for at least one game and fine the fuck out of that cheese-eating son of a bitch faster than he could say,
White power!
I'm fining Aaron Rodgers about $150,000, and in our meeting I'm telling him that if he gets caught doing some dumb shit like that again, I'm suspending his ass for an entire year. Then I'm telling Aaron Rodgers to get the fuck out of my office.
And if I see you in the street, I'm slapping the shit out of you.
One game in the NFL is the equivalent of 5 games in the NBA, so I see eye to eye with Adam Silver on that. But my problem is, on top of the suspension, the NBA and or the Brooklyn Nets made a list of 6 demands that Kyrie Irving must complete in order to continue his basketball career.
What kind of shit is that?
I think Kyrie Irving's punishment is too excessive. I feel like the NBA could have fined Kyrie $250,000 and still got their point across. But you're trying to tell me that not only does Kyrie gotta pay $500,000, but he also has to publicly apologize and say that Hebrews to Negroes
Absolutely suck!
and gain confirmation from NBA Commissioner Adam Silver, the Brooklyn Nets owner Joe Tsai, and leaders of the Jewish community that he's not an anti-Semitic psychopath, and be forced to go to sensitivity training so he can prove to the Jewish community that he learned his lesson just for posting a link to an offensive and inaccurate documentary?
What kind of shit is that?
When you add the fact that Kyrie lost his Nike endorsement, losing
Millions.
of more dollars in the process, I can't blame people like Minister Farrakhan for believing that all of this was done with the obvious intent to publicly humiliate Kyrie for some shit Kanye West said.
That's so very, very sad.
I feel like if this outrage was really out for justice, that they would have been thrown Jeff Bezos under the very same bus that ran over Kyrie Irving a couple of weeks ago.
I'm not a smart man.
But shouldn't people who find Hebrews to Negroes offensive be angrier with the nigga who's still profiting from it right now than the nigga who only posted one link to it on Instagram?
Inquiring minds want to know.
Hebrews to Negroes is still streaming on Amazon Video as we speak, so doesn't Jeff Bezos have any accountability in this? Kyrie Irving has to pay $500,000 to anti-Semitism causes for posting the link to it. Shouldn't Jeff Bezos be forced by the Jewish community to take it down from his platform and pay at least 3 times as much money to anti-Semitism causes as Kyrie did?
That would be even, Vernita. That'd be about square.
I already know the reason why nobody's put any kind of pressure on Jeff Bezos for streaming Hebrews to Negroes on Amazon Video.
Why?
You can't boycott Amazon because everybody uses Amazon to the point where it's considered to be a necessity that no American can go without. Jeff Bezos has a net worth of over $120 billion, which translates into fuck you money in my opinion. That means
It doesn't matter
who you are. If anybody had the balls to actually confront Jeff Bezos and ask him to stop streaming Hebrews to Negroes, he's wealthy enough to tell any motherfucker on this planet to
shut the fuck up and bring me my giant turkey leg, you fucking nothing.
As Americans, we all know that
money talks. Bullshit runs the marathon.
So with that being said, I learned a couple of things from this.
What have you learned?
Jewish people have substantially more money than black people, but significantly less money than Jeff Bezos. This is why Jeff Bezos doesn't have to participate in any anti-Semitism sensitivity training. And this is also why Hebrews to Negroes will continue to stream on Amazon Video.
And you know this, man.
NBA Commissioner Adam Silver and Brooklyn Nets owner Joe Tsai publicly humiliated Kyrie Irving for what they felt was showing support for the mean things Kanye said about them. They did this because we all know that other than playing in the NBA, Kyrie Irving isn't qualified to do anything else in life that'll pay him over $40 million a year. So he has no choice but to accept the ridiculous demands of his punishment.
And that's the truth, with some cheese on it.
There ain't no meatloaf between these buns.
Black people are still upset about it, but I already know that Jewish people are like,
So?
because everyone knows that black people as a collective group are too fucking poor and divided to give Kyrie any real support through any of this. So unfortunately for us, we're just gonna do what we always do when we feel disrespected by non-black people, which just so happens to be
Absolutely nothing!
but bitch and complain about it.
You motherfuckers always talking that old Keith Sweat shit. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. You ain't gonna do a goddamn thing. You know, but sit y'all monkey ass on this corner. Hey, man, when you gonna get your business? Huh? Yeah, just like I thought. You ain't gonna do a goddamn thing. But I tell you what I'm gonna do. You hear me? I'm gonna go over there and get them Koreans some more of my money. The fuck out my way. Goddamn, it's Miller time, motherfucker.
I also learned that unless you're a survivor or a descendant of one, I highly recommend that you keep any mention of the Holocaust
Out your fucking mouth!
moving forward from this, because Jewish people don't even allow Jewish people to talk shit about the Holocaust. Recently, Jewish YouTuber Ethan Klein got banned for making a Holocaust joke about Ben Shapiro, who's also Jewish. So with that being said, did you really think they were just gonna let Kyrie's social media link slide without consequence?
I don't think so, Tim.
Jewish people claim that they're constantly being verbally and physically harassed and bullied for being Jewish, and public comments about the Holocaust makes things worse for them. I never bring that shit up with the few Jewish people I've met in my life because it's rude, and instinctively I don't see them as Jewish. I just see them as white people. This situation has reminded me that if I want respect, then I'm gonna have to give some too.
Yeah.
If not talking about them or the Holocaust in public's the respect they so desperately desire from me, then I will try to the best of my ability to never mention them at all after this. I feel like if I want the world to be a better place for me as a black man, the least I could do is respect the wishes of others who also suffer from the oppression of discrimination.
And that's all I have to say about that.
If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, please subscribe, and tell me what you think in the comment section below.
Peace. I'm Audi 5000.
Those who wish to follow me, I welcome with my hand. Thank you for being a friend.
And those are my thoughts for this video. But then again, what do I know? I'm just an old crippled bastard. Ooh, 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 ooh. I ain't too proud to beg for your money, so like, share, and subscribe.